It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on the Jaguars' Offensive Player of the Year. He's been a production machine with a 1,200-yard season thus far. It's the Jaguars and the 49ers, next on Madden Football.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way that
season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-to-1 as opposed to the 2-to-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. This defense for the Jags, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. They'll set up a throw. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and is doing everything in his power to follow through.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, it would take that kind of production.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He's going to find Cobbs here. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. ETN once more. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Jaguars hit 10-4 on the year. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
From midfield now, Lawrence. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. That's George. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They go play action with Lawrence. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 1. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they get man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. We're scoreless after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. Back to throw here. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Devin Lloyd, the one to get home and earn that sack. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Kind of picked themselves up from that one. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. It's Lawrence. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Oh, he shifts past him. And the Niners are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Takes it to about the 37. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career. And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all the time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they're going to get this up to midfield. To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warner. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield. They'll look to throw. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And he is going to have a Niners first down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off. Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. 30, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He'll look to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
On third down, Robinson. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. A hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Lawrence will throw. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin out in Houston, and it's the Titans on top as that one draws close to halftime. Saquon Barkley, 3 touchdown runs. From there, we head to Hard Rock Stadium to check on the Dolphins.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a two-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of...
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They go play action now. Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with Etienne. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 23. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Another toe for Etienne. And he's brought down. 52 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Etienne, and he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Lawrence on the sneak, and he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by Trevor Lawrence taking it in himself. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
Looking to throw.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Back now in Jacksonville. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter.
Behind the chain, second and 12.
They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Warner.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Back to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. And this is caught at the 8. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Certainly worth noting he's now one catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career.
They'll look to throw again. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
James Robinson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
Well, with 3 weeks left, they are in one of those 3 wild card spots, Charles, but that spot is not clinched, and there's not a ton of breathing room for them, so the bottom line, they just need to focus on winning right now.
Yeah, they totally have their eyes open, don't they? They know they've got teams trying to run them down. They can hear their footsteps. The question coaches ask guys in the locker room, do you have another gear left to pull away and lock in that playoff spot? If so, let's hit it.
On second down, ETN once more.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Hey, hold it. Look at me. Get bird.
Third and 2, now Lawrence.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
ETN up the middle.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley.
And he is going to have a Jags first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
On the counter, ETN. They'll get this down to the 38.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. From the 38, Lawrence. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the 49ers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
I'm surprised with the lead in a 1-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Open man is Cobbs. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Yep.
Throwing now, Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be there. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the 49ers who will get the football first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. San Francisco's offense returns to the field where they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. What a big-time interception that is here on the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, they're already knocking on the door with a short field. Remember, all they need is 3 points to win this game.
And that thinking just can't limit them on offense. The playbook should still be wide open. Get a first down, maybe 2. Do it safely. Nice throws that your quarterback can make. Nice runs that your running backs like. But make sure you get yourself in position and let your kicker have at it.
On second down, a run with Etienne. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, I go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score and OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all, and then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play, because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there, they ran it in. And yeah, just a great game that we bore witness to. So for the Jaguars, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.